Good day, welcome to this class. Hope you have been enjoying yourself over there and hope you have been keeping safe. It has not been easy, but I don't want you to work. So avoid any gathering that is more than 10 or probably populated because this pandemic is what is real. And please, whenever you go out, try to use a nose mask and wash your hand properly. Once again, my name is Mr. Shitsu Amayoni. In this class, we're going to discuss something interesting, and that is what is happening. You have an idea of what is it, but I need to elaborate on that because it relates to the computer as well. So what is killing presently is virus, but we also have something that is called virus on the computer. So now I want you to do something for me. In the process of this class, I want you to get your writing pad, jot some details down because you need them in the next future. Okay, now let us start the gist. Today, we're going to be discussing about virus as I told you. I told you that virus is what is killing the world presently. And it's very, very surprising that are the first topic we have for this term. Okay, now, virus. Virus are deadly what disease. When it comes in contact with anything, for example, man, it will kill the cells. In other words, it will kill the cells that help to fight against germs. That's the first thing virus will combat. And after overcoming it, man will be subdued to so many illness. So let us relate it to what they call the computer. When the computer virus come in contact with any device, it's going to fight against any code that will prevent it from working, and thereafter it will ravage the computer and destroy it. So today's topic is about computer virus. Okay, now let's talk about some of the objectives of this class. Number one, at the end of this class, you should be able to define the concept computer virus. You should be able to define the concept computer virus, which is quite different from virus itself. Okay, now number two, you should be able to enumerate some example of computer virus. And lastly, you should be able to state some ways to keep the computer safe away from virus. Okay, now what is virus? Computer virus. Computer virus are software that affect the working condition of the computer. It affects the working condition of of the computer system. It's a piece of code which is capable of copying itself and typically have a detrimental effect, such as corrupting the system or destroying data. You know, when computer virus come in contact with your system, it's going to destroy so many things, including your important files. You'll be very surprised that when the computer virus comes in contact with your computer will start misbehaving. You can just see that it will be blinking, it may not come up, and it might even pack up. And what will be very, very absurd about this is that at the end of it all, probably you have some important files in there. You will not be able to retrieve anything. You will not be able to get your information back because of computer virus. Something happened just of recent to my flash drive. I inserted it into a computer that has that do not have a functioning antivirus. And when I did that, most of the things that I've saved on my flash drive was corrupt. It got corrupted. I was very, very packed up. I was disturbed. And in the process of time, I think look for an antivirus to scan my flash drive, and lo and behold, at the end of it all, I was able to keep my file safe. So now, computer virus will destroy your information. It will destroy your information, and it will make your computer useless. So please keep your computer safe from computer virus. Don't worry, I'm going to elaborate on different kind of computer virus that we have in the course of this class. There are different types of computer virus that we have. We have number one, native virus. We have number two, resident virus. We have number three, multipartite virus. Number four, direct action virus. Number five, browser hijacker. Number six, overwrite virus. Number seven, web scripting virus. Number eight, boot sector virus. Number nine, file infector virus. There are so many of them out there. Let us take a look at what all these. You understand? Now let us start. Network virus. From the word network virus, before I start the notes, this is the kind of virus that affects the computer network. You just look for the network and what disrupt the functioning. The computer is what working. Computer network virus, basically, this type of virus spread out through the what? Through the local area, local network area, local area network rather, pardon me for that, and through the internet. These viruses replicate through shared resources, including drive and folders. When network viruses enter a computer, they look for their potential prey. Dangerous network viruses include Ninja and Express Slammer. Now, when a network virus comes in contact with your computer, if you look for important things, what? To replicate, to duplicate, you understand? And through that, it will multiply those files entering your computer so useless and what? Very, very bad. Your computer will become very bad that you will be what? You will be annoyed with the system. You will not have any option than to what? Than to format it. Okay, number two now. Resident virus. Resident viruses live in your RAM, random access memory. That means what? Random access memory. It can interfere with normal system operation, which can lead to the corruption of files and programs. The most popular example of resident virus are CMG, MIF, Mr. Clunky, and Randes. It lives in your RAM. That is why it is called resident what? Virus. And it can operate the system the way your system is working. Probably the system may be fast when it comes to booting or functioning. When you click, it will respond. But when the resident virus comes in contact with it, it will bring down the speed of what? Of the system. The next one that we have is multipartite virus. This type of virus can really spread in your computer system. It's very infectious, perform unauthorized action in your operating system, in folders, and other programs on the computer. They have the ability to infect both executive files and the boot sector. This means that when multiple virus come in contact, it will just be doing things that you don't say it. It will what? Probably when you are working, as I'm recording this video, I'll just see something popping up on my computer. That could be very, very annoying. That is the work of what? Sometimes that could be the work of multiple virus. Bringing up things that what? That is not needed. Just replicating itself. And it is infectious. You can contact this system, and thereafter, when you take your flash or your removable storage device to another system, it will what? It will automatically contact that what? That system. Are you getting my point? Let's continue. Browser hijacker. Wow. This has to do with what? The internet. It will hijack. It will what? Hijack the browser from you. Probably you type an address in the address box. What this thing is going to do is that it will take that address and divert it to another thing. Take it and what? This has to do with what? The internet. This type of virus infects a web browser in which it will bring you to different websites. It is very, very appalling. Typically, if you key in the domain name in the internet address bar, as I told you the other time, the browser hijacker will open multiple fake websites that may harm your computer. Just imagine. On the other hand, most trusted browser app using features to block them ahead. Do you understand? Okay. Direct action virus. Direct action viruses attack certain type of files temporary executable file, that's .exe, and .com files. The main purpose of this virus is to replicate and infect files in folder. On a lighter note, they do not temporarily delete files or affect PC performance and speed. It can be even used by antivirus program. They affect executable files, like installers. And when they do that, you what? They replicate themselves. Just keep on duplicating themselves unnecessarily. Do you understand? Okay, let's continue. Let's continue virus. This virus lives in certain links, art, image, placement, videos, and layout of a what? Of a website. This may carry a malicious code in which when you click, the virus will be automatically downloaded or you will direct you to malicious website. Please, I want you to know this. When you are browsing, don't just click on anything and accept. You may be responding to this web scripting virus. You will respond to what? Web scripting what? Virus. Thank you. Now, all these things may open your computer to things that are what? That are dangerous. It can also expose you to hackers. To what? They will get access to all your details and they will manipulate it for their consumption. So don't just click any add-up or pop-up thing that you see when you're browsing. Do you understand? Okay, let's continue. Override virus. From the name itself, this virus overrides the content of a file, losing the original content. It infects folders, files, and even programs. To delete the virus, you also need to get rid of the file. Thus, it's important to back up your data. Now, what it's trying to say is that this will overwrite your file. Pardon me, please. Probably in the course of this video, when I'm done with the video, and save this video with PRY6 week 1. The presence of this virus on my computer will overwrite this video and turn it another thing for me. Can you see that is very, very annoying? So funny and very, very surprising. It will overwrite it and turn it another thing for me. And it can also it will also make you to lose your file. Look at it. To delete this virus, you also need to get rid of the file, your main file. Imagine. So this virus was dangerous and very, very bad. Stubborn. Do you understand? Okay, let's continue. Boot sector virus. Wow, don't worry about this. This has to do with outdated booting sequence, which is floppy disk. I'm going to be taking you some things, some storage devices, and I'll be exposing you to some things that you don't know about storage device. But I need to tell you this. Boot sector virus affect floppy disk. They came to exist when floppy disks are important in booting a computer. Although they are not very common today, it's still causing other computing units, especially the outdated ones. Can you see? Some examples include polyboot B and antivirus EXE. How can a computer contact a virus? That's a big question. Wow, there are several ways, but I just listed 3. And this 3 is very, very is very, very rampant among us. Now, number 1, through memory storage devices such as flash drive, CD or DVD, memory card. No, some of us are fond of taking our memory card, our flash drive, we put it inside a computer system and we take it back to our computer without scanning. It is not good. It is not what? It is not good. Do you understand? Now, when you take your flash or your storage device to another system and you want to use it on your computer, before you do that, please scan it. Do what? Scan it. Do you understand? Because if you don't do that, you'll be exposing your computer to malicious things. Do you understand? Okay, the next one is through the internet, we are downloading. Oh, so many of us like downloading videos. Can you just imagine? You download videos, you don't know. I'm a web developer. And when I was learning website coding, there was a day that one of my instructor taught me how to link up virus with your file. Though that is not good anyway. But please, what I'm trying to say is that don't just download. Before downloading anything on the internet, trying to scan that object, file, video, whatever thing it is. Do you understand? Okay. Now the last one is sending of items from Bluetooth Wi-Fi connection. That can also expose the computer to computer virus. Hope you enjoyed this class. Don't worry, in the next time we're going to be discussing about antivirus. Do you understand? You have a nice time out there. Stay blessed. Happy